Honourable Ministers, Mr. Lawrence Arjun, CEO of the Heroes Foundation, Ms. Karina Cockburn, IDB Country Representative, my fellow presenters, and last but not least, and most importantly, you, the youth participants in today's Future Forum. Good morning. I am honoured to have been invited to participate in this inaugural Future Forum hosted by the Heroes Foundation and the Inter-American Development Bank, the IADB. I wholeheartedly commend the Heroes Foundation and the IADB for taking the initiative to empower the youth of Trinidad and Tobago and for the continued investment in the people of our beloved country. I'm heartened to see so many leaders taking the time to share their knowledge, their thoughts, their views, and just as many young people willing to learn and to discuss as we move our country forward. Today, I wish to share with you my perspective on the future of the energy sector in Trinidad and Tobago and globally, including the impact of climate change, the need for sustainability, and the availability of career opportunities. I'm sure that many of you, if not all, have heard about climate change, perhaps on the news or in your classrooms. Trinidad and Tobago, as a small island developing state, is particularly vulnerable to the effects of climate change, such as more intense hurricane seasons, rising sea levels, changes in what we once deemed as our normal weather patterns. The question is, what does this have to do with energy and the future of the energy sector? Over the past hundreds of years and more, fossil fuels, namely coal, oil, and natural gas, have been the dominant source of energy and are also the major source of greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gas emissions are responsible for the acceleration of climate change and, unfortunately, its adverse effects. As a consequence, the global community, including Trinidad and Tobago, have committed to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. We have set a target of 15% reduction in carbon dioxide emissions from the energy sector by 2030. Other countries have established their own individual targets. To achieve their goals, countries including Trinidad and Tobago, as part of their strategies, are adopting renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, hydro, and geothermal, as these forms of energy emit no greenhouse gas emissions. Trinidad and Tobago by 2022 would have its first major renewable project, which is a solar utility project between affiliates of BPTT and Shell International. It is projected that by 2050, renewable energy sources will comprise 26% of the world's primary energy needs and will begin to eclipse fossil fuels as the main primary energy source. The ultimate goal is to achieve a carbon neutral position in which there is no net release of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. With increased penetration of renewable energy in the energy mix, there will be a need for persons involved in the design, manufacture, and installation of renewable energy sources and systems, qualified electricians, research and development personnel, to name just a few. The demand for these skills will soon become apparent with the completion of our first major solar project scheduled for 2022-2023. This project will be a significant solar project producing 112.2 megawatts of energy into our energy grid, our electricity grid. We are currently undertaking a feasibility study for producing green hydrogen on an industrial scale as part of our transitioning to a green economy. This is in keeping with the global movement, which has been fueled by special funding arrangements. From a career perspective, the increased investment will lead to a growth in renewable energy jobs, which in 2019 stood at 11.5 million and is projected to grow to 42 million jobs by 2050. It is indeed an exciting and dynamic time in the energy sector, and I invite all of you, the youth participants, to jump on board, to get on board, as in fact, as we go forward, it is your world, it is your globe, and it is important for you to participate as we define what the future and the future of energy will look like. During the transition to renewable energy sources, measures such as carbon capture, utilization and storage are being explored by other countries. Trinidad and Tobago has established a committee to investigate the potential to capture carbon dioxide emissions from our various industrial processes and to utilize it in other processes, including enhanced oil recovery. This is another dynamic area: carbon capture, storage and utilization. As I speak about the future of the energy sector, you may wonder, what does it all mean? What does it mean in particular for you? Whatever the shape of the energy sector, the future of the energy sector, qualified personnel will continue to be a key fundamental feature. Understandably, the accelerated transition to a carbon neutral world may be a cause for concern for young people who have recently entered hydrocarbon related professions, or those who are contemplating such careers. While these concerns are valid, it is still projected that fossil fuels will provide 74% of the global primary energy needs in 2050, with natural gas being the fossil fuel with the greatest longevity. Trinidad and Tobago's energy sector is expected to continue to make a major contribution to the economy during this transitionary period. We are about to embark on a series of bid rounds in which acreage onshore and offshore will be offered to energy companies for exploration of both oil and gas. So there will continue to be a need for the basic energy sector skills that are currently available and prevalent, augmented, however, by skill sets in the latest technology on digitalization, software development, data analytics, and robotics and artificial intelligence. With increased digitization and internet-based systems, there's an increasing need and for robust cybersecurity systems. Cyberspace and its underlying infrastructure are vulnerable to a wide range of risks stemming from both physical and cyber threats and hazards. You may recall that not so long ago, on the 7th of May 2021, a major US pipeline was forced to shut its entire network after it was hit by a major cyber attack. This is a growth area and a career opportunity for persons with a strong interest in programming, good analytical and communication skills. So it's another area you, the young people, should look at, and one you'll be familiar with. The whole zone of cyberspace and how it fits in to ever-changing, rapidly evolving energy sector. The downstream industry, which is dominated by petrochemicals, also provides opportunity for persons wishing to pursue a career in the gas processing industry. Trinidad and Tobago is a major producer of ammonia and methanol. While there's a movement to petrochemical production using renewable energy, it is expected that the current plants will be relevant for a considerable period. Also, it's important to note that both ammonia and methanol are energy sources and commodities being looked at for that whole greener, cleaner energy moving forward. As I indicated, the production of a green ammonia is a distinct possibility in the near term, and in the longer term, we are seeking to establish a hydrogen economy. We are also considering the production of biomethanol from waste material. The global movement to low carbon fuels has created an opportunity for methanol as a marine fuel. Methanol is rich in hydrogen, easy to manage, inexpensive to store and transport, and is a low carbon pathway. This augurs well for the methanol industry in Trinidad and Tobago. An often ignored fact is that oil, natural gas, and petrochemicals are transported and exported from Trinidad and Tobago by ships. There is opportunity for persons wishing to make a career in the maritime industry, whether in a shore-based capacity or offshore. Fortunately, the University of Trinidad and Tobago at Chaguanas campus offers courses at the diploma level in maritime operations, engineering and navigation, a Bachelor of Science degree in maritime operations, and a Master of Science degree in operational maritime management. It is estimated that there will be a need for an additional 89,510 maritime officers by 2026 to operate the world's merchant fleets. If you're interested in a maritime career, I suggest you visit the UTT website to determine your entry requirements. Today I've only just touched the surface of what the future of the energy sector may look like and the opportunities that it holds for you, the youth of our country. I expect that the future of energy will continue to be shaped by the need to address the threat of climate change while ensuring that we can meet growing global energy demands in a sustainable manner. I hope that I've provided some useful information that inspires you to consider the role that you can and that you should play in the energy sector and moving Trinidad and Tobago forward. On the horizon in Trinidad and Tobago, I hope that you will soon see a greater prevalence of electric cars. This is something that we intend to push forward in Trinidad and Tobago, as it will assist in lower carbon emissions. The world is dynamic. The energy sector is revolutionizing right before our very eyes, changing rapidly. Jump on board now, be part of it, be part of the movement, because it will be guided by you, the youth of our nation. As I conclude, I wish to sincerely apologize for being unable to be with you physically and virtually in a live mode, to be able to participate in what promises, and I'm certain will be a very enlightening discussion on the future of the energy sector. But I'm certain that you're in capable hands. To our youth participants today, I take this opportunity to remind you that you are the future of Trinidad and Tobago. You're also the future of this globe that we live in. And I ask each and every one of you here today to be a hero for your country and for this globe that we survive in. The future is in your hands. I thank you very much for your attention, and I look forward to the opportunity in the not too distant future to interact with you on a more personal level. Please stay safe and guide our country forward, including in the energy sector. Thank you.